Welcome to Podslice Hub, where we transform riveting podcasts into immersive audiobook experiences. Today, we're diving into an electrifying episode featuring Chris Eubank Jr., a warrior in and out of the boxing ring, as he opens up about his historic fight with Conor Benn, his fractured relationship with his father, and the raw emotions that fueled his unforgettable performance. This is a story of grit, redemption, and the unbreakable bond of family, perfect for our podcast-inspired audiobook format. First, let's unpack the 10 key takeaways from this episode. Then we'll weave the narrative into a gripping story that'll keep you hooked. 10 key takeaways. 1. Resilience through pain. Despite severe dehydration, a cut eye, and personal struggles, Eubank Jr. refused to quit, showing that true strength is spiritual, not just physical. 2. Family reconciliation. The night before the fight, Eubank Sr.'s unexpected support mended years of estrangement, proving love can triumph over conflict. 3. Mental fortitude. Eubank Jr. navigated traps set by opponents and media, staying focused under immense pressure, a testament to a warrior's cunning. 4. Defying expectations. Underestimating Ben's speed, strength, and heart, Eubank Jr. learned never to judge an opponent's will until the final bell. 5. The cost of boxing. Weight cuts and rehydration clauses pushed Eubank Jr. to the brink, highlighting the brutal sacrifices fighters endure. 6. Legacy over money. Eubank Jr. fought for pride and family honor, valuing the eternal memory of his performance over the 8-figure payday. 7. Moral stance. His refusal to shake Ben's hand post-fight reflects his zero-tolerance stance on doping, prioritizing integrity in the sport. 8. Personal loss. The death of his brother Sebastian and the impact on his nephew Raheem fueled Eubank Jr.'s drive, grounding his purpose beyond the ring. 9. Redefining identity. Breaking free from his father's shadow, Eubank Jr. wrote his own story, proving he's more than the son of a legend. 10. Inspiration for others. The fight's emotional father-son subplot inspired fans worldwide to reconnect with their families, showing boxing's power to transcend the sport. Imagine a man standing at the edge of a storm, fists clenched, heart pounding, with the weight of a fractured legacy on his shoulders. This is Chris Eubank Jr., a boxer carved from grit and defiance, stepping into the most pivotal night of his life. The year is 2025, and the world is buzzing about his clash with Conor Benn, a fight that's more than punches and footwork. It's a crucible of family, pride, and redemption. In the dim light of a hotel room, the night before the fight, Chris sits alone, his phone glowing with a text from his father, Chris Eubank Sr. "Call me when you see this." For years, they've been strangers, divided by a letter Chris wrote, declaring his independence from the towering shadow of a boxing legend. That letter broke his father's heart, and the tragedy of his brother Sebastian's drowning widened the chasm. Now, with the biggest fight of his career looming, Chris hesitates. The last thing he needs is negativity, but something stirs, a flicker of hope. He dials. When his father answers, there's a warmth in his voice Chris hasn't heard in years. "I want to be there for you, son," Eubank Sr. says. Chris's heart skips. Is this real? An Uber is ordered, and within 20 minutes, his father is there, sitting across from him, no longer the unyielding patriarch, but a dad wanting to rebuild. They talk, and when Chris jokingly asks, "What do you want, a hug?" his father replies, "Nothing. Absolutely nothing." In that moment, a wound begins to heal. Eubank Sr. insists on one thing, a song, simply the best to play during Chris's walkout. It's a small request that will soon become iconic. The next night, the arena pulses with 70,000 souls, their cheers a tidal wave. Chris walks out, his father behind him, the orchestra swelling with Dr. Dre's beats, then softening into simply the best. The crowd wells up, sensing the unspoken story of a father and son reunited. Grown men cry, not for the fight, but for the love they see, a love that mirrors their own fractured bonds. Chris feels it too, his usual cold exterior melting as he steps into the ring, not alone, but with his family's legacy at his back. The fight is a war. Conor Benn, faster and stronger than expected, pushes Chris to the edge. A headbutt opens a gash above Chris's eye, blood blurring his vision. Dehydration swells his face, sapping his strength. In the 8th round, his trainer pleads, "Use the jab, Chris." But Chris shakes his head. It's too late. The technical boxer is gone. A warrior has emerged. This is trench warfare, a test of who wants it more. Chris thinks of his nephew Raheem, his brother's son, asking why his dad can't take him to school. He thinks of his father watching, the man who called him a disgrace. He thinks of the letter, the pain, the doors he could have walked through. Football, acting, anything easier. But he chose this door, the brutal one, and he'll walk through it, cut and all. By the 12th round, Chris has nothing left. His legs wobble, his arms feel like lead, yet he marches forward, swinging, driven by something beyond the physical. It's spiritual, a promise to himself, his father, and the fans that he'll leave everything in the ring. The bell rings and the arena erupts. Both fighters, bloodied and unbowed, have crafted a fight for the ages, landing 1,500 punches, more than 3 other major fights combined that weekend. In the hospital, hooked to IV drips, Chris overhears a doctor say, "We have to operate now or he's going to die." It's not about him, but the man next door. Perspective hits hard. His pain, dehydration, a cut eye, a pounding headache is nothing compared to life's true stakes. His father sleeps on a stretcher outside his room, never leaving. That's love. Chris realizes the kind that rebuilds what was broken. The fight becomes a global phenomenon, not just for its ferocity, but for its heart. Fans call their fathers, brothers, sons, people they hadn't spoken to in years. Chris, once the cold-faced fighter, reveals his humanity, shaped by loss and resilience. He refuses to shake Ben's hand, standing firm against doping, but respects the dogged spirit his opponent showed. At 35, with millions in the bank, he's still hungry, not for money, but for moments that'll echo when he's 80, whispering, "I did that." As Chris steps back into Brixton streets, a woman approaches, tears in her eyes. "What you did, it's amazing," she says. This fight wasn't just boxing, it was a mirror for the world's struggles, a reminder that we all have doors to walk through, pain to endure, and love to reclaim. For Chris Eubank Jr., the ring was his battlefield, but his heart was his victory. Wow, what a journey. Chris Eubank Jr.'s story is a knockout punch to the heart, reminding us that true strength comes from within, and family can be the ultimate comeback. If this episode inspired you, hit that subscribe button and join the Podslice Hub family. Share this video, drop a comment about what moved you most, and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep fighting for what matters. See you in the next episode.